Oh, hello. Nice to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Let me start off this video by saying thank you to all my viewers. I appreciate the love very much. I've been waking up and getting really great comments on my YouTube channel, really motivational stuff, and people from all over the world. A bunch of people from Japan are checking out my Twitch especially, so arigato gozaimasu. I'll do a special video for you. And yeah, things are pretty good. Kind of getting used to this chair. But yeah, wanted to make another video, keep things rolling a little bit, keep the momentum going. As you can see, I'm not in a huge rush. I'm not gonna just streamline it. Let the man have his tea. So yeah, I got jokes. This portrait here is a gift from my friend Caleb. So, obrigado for that, whatever. Did capoeira and he stayed here at my place for a little bit. So, a lot of people are into the whole star charts and things like that. And I'm not going to say I'm not, but I will say it's kind of strange in that if you look at a lot of the people you might know, how they seem to have changed a little bit. And the more I study, the sciences, for lack of a better word, there is some interesting things going on with the stars and the numbers and things like that, and the way that we are, as star children, we might be affected by that. And I feel that I will say, I've really tried to live a good life, and be a good person. And a lot of people just take a deep breath, because haters are gonna hate. Okay, that's what I wanted to tell you. Take a deep breath, because haters are gonna hate. And just do your thing, okay? The more you have going on with yourself in your life, the more content and things, the more they're gonna be able to criticize you. And that says something. You'll notice that. You'll know how much effort you put in, and you'll be able to get a sense for it, But just take a deep breath, because they're going to do their thing, and you're going to do yours, and it doesn't always work out. People are very complex. I try to always be a pleasant person, and I think that that's something that we should teach our children. Try to be a pleasant person. It doesn't mean be a pushover or a kiss ass, but try to be civil, I suppose. As somebody who's taught children of all ages and adults, the things that I thought that perhaps should have been emphasized were not there at all. The things are changing, and I think you do have to educate yourself. I'm more of an autodidact myself, self-taught that is, but you also, you have to be open to not knowing things. And I was talking with my brother about how sometimes you feel a little bit bland as a human being, because you kind of talked about all the nice things that were in your head, and there's still more out there, but you haven't really learned it yet. So you do have to also be somewhat of a scholar. You can't just go out there and get your knowledge that you didn't earn. And I think some of you know what I'm talking about, claiming this and that, whether it is true or not. Did you really earn it? And that's another thing I want to talk about. Glad you mentioned that, Oliver. Yeah, this is my first video that I've done with some special effects. That's a lengthier one as well, so I'm excited. I'm really excited about this fiberware. It's coming. Oh, live streams, baby. And then I'll be able to really get questions and things like that. But yeah, I've got my plan, and I'm not gonna say it's like Stonehenge written in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm also an adaptable human being, not a sellout or anything like that. So there's a reason I'm called Infamous. Oh, you'll come to see. And yeah, these are the cleanest whites, so don't judge me. These are my pajama pants. I'm lounging, okay? I'm drinking tea. I don't care if I spill on myself. I do what I damn want. I'm not that sloppy. I won't do that. I don't do that, kids. Back to the topic of be doing a lot of yoga, getting these knots out that I built in from making this happen. So you'll get to see. It'll be a good teaching tool to use myself and the stress I accumulated from making this. So I'll be my own guinea pig. Did you just do it again? Yeah. Earning. Just want to say I'm grateful. Really, I am grateful. To all those watching. Really got some amazing content. This isn't something that I'm like a one-hit wonder gonna run out in like a year or something. Like, no, this is stuff that I've been thinking about for a lifetime. So it's got a lot. On the topic of earning, if you're still there, so I think at this point in life, if somebody gave me the cheat codes, so to speak, I would just kind of have to say no. All the ups and downs that I've had, we have a spiritual element to us as well, and I really don't want to turn off anybody, so I really shouldn't. I might even cut that, but I'm gonna speak my mind. So it's like, if you're so much of an extremist that I can't, because I'm gonna talk about the Bible. I think it's a great, book of spiritual lessons, and there's a lot of other stuff going in there, but it's a great source to cite, and it's copyright free. There are a lot of people who are like just deleting friends because they, might be a little bit, might have like a more conservative idea or something like that. It's like, whoa, that's not very American of you, or wherever you are. It's not very deep. It's like, is that how you make friends? Like, you just delete people when they have a slight difference of opinion? Like, I bet this person doesn't own a company. Not to, be a prude or anything, but as a business owner, it really changes the way you think. And as somebody who's a writer, it changes the way you think. And, there's, like Bruce Lee said, all knowledge is ultimately self-knowledge. So when you go down those avenues, you might be able to vibe out with like a plumber or somebody in a completely different, profession, and find something to, connect with. But if you just start, just defriending people and not taking that deep breath, and maybe trying to, get in there. I watched a great video about dealing with arrogant people. I can't think of the woman's name who made it, and if you ask me, I'll share it. But I mean, she just essentially said, try. She said a lot more than this, but have you tried giving them a little bit of compassion? Keep your ground. If you need a second, don't just react, respond. So I find that just, taking a deep breath, some people get mad when you do that, but this oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, CHO, all this good stuff happening here, baby, you got that right, and it kind of says a lot about the person. So you have to set up your spider's web, and see if they're a fly or if they can walk on the web. Oh my goodness. Probably lost like 1 million subscribers for that one. Just joking. You can tell I'm that kind of guy. And yeah, to everybody, like, I wouldn't make this channel if I didn't love humanity and like life and stuff. Even the lampreys and the leeches. Ooh, but like I said, I wouldn't take the cheat codes. Like, I made it this far, and like, I'm not completely scarred. I might have been able to scar myself though, and all these other things, but I knew I had to like really just keep that mental peace. That was so important, that I wouldn't be able to fully vibe with my surroundings if I didn't do that. We're already at 10 minutes. I'm trying not to stare at the timer here because, it's just going by. I actually don't kind of like that, but at the same time, it's worth noting. And I know you're like, this guy did not even really talk about earning that much. He just said like one thing. If I had the cheat codes, I wouldn't take them. But maybe you have been in that situation in life. And big ups if you were like, no, I'm gonna do it my way. And if you already did it your way and like made it like I'm trying to be like you more. And I'm on my path, so give me a like, give me a subscribe, and I'm not putting out some foul content. I'm not gonna get like spoiled rich and bratty and do that. Like I like things not, and like I don't don't like to, what's the word? I don't like to be a gourmand about life, you know. That's not even the word. Gosh. I'm not gonna be a hog or somebody who, you know, is gonna get like obese about stuff. Like, it's nice to have things in moderation. That's the word I'm looking for, moderation. Those words, you know, sometimes they run away and you gotta pull them back in. Yeah, moderation. It's a very important thing in life, you know. You can, connecting to my last video, you can, if you have a life of moderation, you can really charge up your energy and use it, you know, in a way that really benefits your life. But if you are just, you know, about like splurging and being, you know, reckless, like with your buying habits or what have you, like it catches up, you know. And if you're buying lower quality stuff, thinking you're like getting the yellow tag price every time and you're smarter than the people who are, you know, just gonna get like what they're gonna get, you know, not being prestigious, but just because they like the product, like, you know, I'd like to see the long-term results of those two people, but you're better off buying quality stuff and learning about the manufacturer that you're getting it from, and it's just being a responsible adult. And if you are, you know, buying a Guy Fawkes mask made in a facility that doesn't, like, you know, take care of their employees, then you're not gonna really, you're missing the point. And I'm not here to criticize it just because that's not what I'm about. I don't think there's too much of that going on. You know, I'm trying to, like JP Krishmurni said, for those who watch his videos, sitting on his hands, can't even do it in this chair, that you want to really, you know, be like you're sitting there drinking a cup of tea with you. And that's really, it's really kind of my goal here. And yeah, I have the disco light going on in the back, you know, and some other stuff to, well, it's not just a blank white wall, because who wants to see that? I would like to get out a little bit more and about, and I will be doing that more in my videos. I gotta stretch my knees a little bit, you know. Like, I'm not getting old, but you gotta take care of your body no matter how old you are. But I definitely can't do the little kid jump and land on your knees. Oh, every time I see that. And I don't, you know, I always tell them, like, don't do that, but I don't, Mother Nature, like, how did we get here? I got a lot of good stuff to talk about, so I'll keep it rolling. Earning something is so beautiful, and that moderation and that lifestyle, you can really start to plan things for yourself, and you can really, you know, experiment with yourself and feel how things go. And I'll get ended there as far as earning goes. Of course, I got a ton of topics I want to talk about. I don't want to make every video like 30 minutes long. I know, follow my Instagram account or my YouTube account if you're more like, drink your coffee, go, I gotta watch a video, because that's cool, I get that. You know, normally I've kind of been like that, you know, except for certain people. Hopefully I get to be one of those people with you, or you need to put me on 1.5 playback speed because I'm too slow. But I got some really great stuff coming, and I'm gonna call myself an artist. You know, I've really tried to live life, you know, before I try to just create something for my viewers. And I don't want to just, it's so hard to be yourself, you know. There's really the art and elegance to it that comes with that moderation. And I want to see who, you know, if you are a viewer, hit me up, let me know where you're from, you know, I'll give shouts out to you and stuff. And just also for curiosity's sake, you know, human beings, you know, have different, every being has a different way of perceiving this reality. It's not the same. And, you know, when you look at a screen, even, it's not the same. You know, people have different views of stage plays, for example, that they saw on a TV screen. And it's more the same on a screen. You definitely have like certain numerical constants and things that people can agree on, which is, I mean, I love programming. And it's a reason, you know, why a lot of people get into video games. It's a level of mathematics in a game, especially like Rocket League, where they really just must have, I can't imagine all the work that went into that physics engine, but that game is like mathematics and real time, and I can't wait to play it with my good internet connection speed, because in a game like that, it really comes down to, you know, if you have a bad connection speed, it's noticeable. I mean, it would be like if I punched like that instead of my full speed. Don't be afraid to smile, you know, even when shit's going kind of rough, you know. Maybe it's not appropriate at a funeral or something, but some people just get mad, and some people just, you know, just tell me, like, it's weird how, especially this year, so many people have come up to me and been like, I didn't like you, I wanted to punch you, I thought you were a sucker, blah, 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 and then been like, I'm really sorry, you're actually a really inspirational person, I changed my life, and it's like, what? I didn't even, like, have a deep conversation with you, I just did my thing. So, you know, that's part of the reason I made this channel, and I'm not humble to the point of, you know, not making a buck or two, but I'm not gonna do it in a like shiesty way. Like, I'm gonna do it and feel like I've got a good quality product, you know. So I got a couple of video effects in the beginning and stuff, and I think I'm gonna call it there. You know, peace and much love to everybody. And again, like I started this video, much gratitude. I'm gonna end it like, thank you so much. That's so awesome when like one person like halfway across the world saw your thing, was like, that's hilarious, oh my gosh, and then you check out their channel and they have like 500,000 followers and they're, you know, doing their thing. You're like, oh, you know, the people out there, it really is a community, and I think that's amazing. And like my man Griffin said, you know, it's like, how many people you got in your class, you know, do that and get 10,000, and you know, he's doing his thing now in finance, but man, what a great guy. You know, lots of great people, and I got a lot of great ideas. But an idea, you know, it's definitely got weight and relevance, but you know, then the words, you gotta watch those and who you share those with. But the actions, that's when you start to really, you know, and once you harmonize those and get things rolling for yourself. And I know you can do it, you know, you can buy some fruit, you know, that's a good start. Just whatever comes to your mind that's like healthy or green, and really try to feel what it is in your mind. I think in relation to nutrition, a lot of people are pretty bold in how they tell people what to eat, especially when they don't acknowledge the fact that depending on your ethnography and your heritage and all that stuff, it's gonna affect what your body can process in a big way. And you know, Dr. Sebi, he's an interesting fellow, I'll say that much, but I enjoy listening to his talks. I try not to give too many shouts out, because like, you know, if I do, maybe check him out, I don't know, but I am somewhat of a compilation of, you know, great thinkers and, you know, my ancestors and all that good stuff. And in the moment, you know, it's an amazing thing, but then it's also a continuation of that. And, you know, I think that best investment you can make is really in a young person. You know, maybe it's time, maybe it's money, but I really do want to give as much knowledge, you know, and as little to none, if possible, absolutely none, but no ignorance in my content that I make. And I want it to be of use to you know, especially to young people, but really to anybody, because you know, I've been to the schools, and I remember being taught how Columbus discovered this country with millions of people in it. You know, maybe you discovered my YouTube channel, you know, and it's like, this video has 1,000 views, but you discovered it for you. You know, I love history. I like to read. You know, I'm a thinker. I'm not just like somebody who just talks about TV shows that somebody else wrote. You know, like, gotta be the writer in your own life. But I'm done now. My throat's getting all raspy. Myself. Peace.